Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. I am the Crypto Game Snob, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at how to buy land, and not really so much how to buy land, we'll talk about that too, but really it's kind of a land buying guide based on what I know so far. And, well, what I know is what I hear, and what I hear may or may not be entirely right. This game is, of course, in alpha, and it hasn't been released, and we don't exactly know all of the details for how things are going to work. But this is what I hear, this is the speculation, and based on that, this is kind of what I would suggest if you're looking to buy land. Of course, this is the Sandbox map. This is, you can head on over to the Sandbox, sandbox.game, and check out the map. And the map shows you all the different plots of land available for sale, from the individual small plots, such as this one here, which is equaling roughly 96 meters by 96 meters by 96 meters, give or take, something like that. About 100 meters cubed. You get the height, you get the width, and you get the length. You get all of those things when you buy a nice little square of land. You can build up, you can build down, forward and backward, left and right. You can put your own little things on your land. I don't know what else you're going to be able to do with land, probably some things. Anyway, so when you kick things off, you can just kind of browse around and take a look at what you want. Of course, if you click on the little squares, it'll often take you to a link on OpenSeas where you can see the actual price that the land is going for. Some of these prices are astronomical and ridiculous. This one here is apparently priced at 40 Ethereum. This one is not worth 40 Ethereum. This person is dreaming or smoking drugs, or both. Maybe one day it'll be worth 40 Ethereum, but it's not today. Anyway, so here's one actually that's probably a little bit closer to the mark. And why is this one here worth potentially 5 Ethereum? Now, 5 Ethereum equates to about $20,000. The floor price for sand land is 3 Ethereum, and the 3 Ethereum sand land is going to be the land which is kind of out in the middle of nowhere that doesn't really have much around it. And that's kind of the point of today's guide. We're going to be talking about what sorts of land and lots are valuable, and why. Why are they valuable? That's the question, right? Which one should you buy? They're not all created equally. So if you may look around the sand land area, what you will notice is that there are little boxes, and there are small boxes, and there are medium boxes, and there are some real big boxes. My understanding of how this is going to work is that big boxes, such as the Sandbox, land reserved spots, and some of the big estates, such as Snoop Dogg's, wherever Snoop Dogg's is. Where's Snoop Dogg? I don't know, he's somewhere around here. The Care Bear land, sand land, and the, here we go, Care Bear land. Some of these bigger estates, from what I understand, are going to have jump, sort of portal teleportation, right? So players can, potentially just jump into the game into a Care Bear land, or they can start out at the hub and then jump into any of the other map spots which have a portal on them. And my understanding is that is going to be the larger estates. I don't know how large is required. Maybe it's going to be all the sort of larger ones. Maybe it's going to be anything bigger than a little tiny plot. Maybe it's going to require something of that size or bigger. I'm not entirely sure how big is required to have a portal on it. I'm not exactly sure all the rules about how the portal system works, but if you have a larger piece of land and you have a portal on it, you can jump to another piece of land that has a portal on it. So why does this become relevant? Well, this becomes relevant when you think about traffic flow, right? So imagine this world of Sandbox as sort of a linear game. So players who are, in the Care Bear land, let's say they're in Care Bear land to start, they could potentially travel from Care Bear land to this little bit of land right here. And then they could travel from this little bit of land to this little bit of land, and this little bit to this little bit of land, and from that little bit of land to this little bit of land right here. They cannot, from what I know, jump from this land to this land without first traveling through this land. From what I understand, the reason that portals are sort of valuable and larger pieces of estate are sort of valuable is that you can hop from one larger piece to another, and then if you're nearby, let's say, for example, you buy a piece of land which is nearby a hub, you might get some spillover traffic from people who are just wandering around that area, because they could potentially hop from Care Bear Land onto a nearby adjacent piece of land, and then onto another nearby adjacent piece of land. So what does that mean? That means that if you're looking to purchase land in sand, what you're going to be looking for is something with some good traffic flow, and something with some convenience of travel, and travel to, right? If you have a little piece of land in the middle of not connected to anything, and people have to jump through a few different lots to get to you, that's going to be obviously less convenient. If you're way in the middle of nowhere with nothing much of interest around you, maybe something like this right here, right, way off in the corner. That's pretty out in the boonies. There's not a whole lot going on around there. So what you're going to want to be looking for are sort of some activity hubs. Right, so we have Atari over here. That's obviously going to be a main activity hub. We've got multiple little sandbox areas right here, which are going to be, I believe, activity hubs. I believe these are being reserved for the Sandbox official game. Maybe Sandbox will put some sort of mini games on these. I'm not entirely sure. And then, of course, we have all these little things, these kind of mini estates going on around. So there's going to be lots of different things to look at here. There could be potentially quite a lot of traffic flow in some of these busy areas. Here's Snoop Dogg's place, as I was mentioning earlier. Walking Dead right up here. That's going to be, I'm sure, a hub where people like to visit. These are sort of the official sponsors. Well, not sponsors, official partners, I guess I should say, of the game. Also, of course, Care Bear Land, and what else have we got? We got a few different things. So, when it comes to buying land, what are you going to look for? Well, looking for these sandbox sort of hubs, I believe, would be a good thing, and getting something nearby, something directly adjacent, is probably a good idea. Why is it a good idea? Because it's potentially going to be very easy to travel to. Something with nearby proximity to a lot of other things which might attract players to come and check those things out. And then if you have a piece of land nearby, you might get some of that overflow traffic. And hey, if you're selling NFTs, or if you're renting out your spot to somebody who's selling NFTs or something like that, you want to get some traffic flow. You want to get some some foot traffic, as it were. You want to put your Starbucks on the four-way intersection to get all of those, to get all that passerby traffic, right? And that's kind of the idea that you want to be looking for. You want to be looking for hubs and convenience in terms of how to travel to your piece of land. That's kind of the whole idea. And then, of course, I mean, pricing is kind of all over the place, from from crazy high prices like 45 Ethereum down to more reasonable prices like what we saw a little while ago. About 5 Ethereum, or whatever the case may be. You can also hop on over to the Sandbox Open Sea, and you can actually filter from price low to high, and you can check out all of the different pieces of Sandbox land which are available for sale. You can filter by buy now, and of course, basically see what is available. Like I see, this one's here's kind of in the middle of the nowhere. This is kind of the bottom price at the moment. Again, we kind of got one, kind of in the middle of nowhere, not too much around it. And that's kind of the case as you'll scroll down and kind of look for these opportune pieces of land which might be kind of nearby something, which might kind of have some, traffic flow, some foot traffic flow around them, some busy hubs, some active spots, as the case may be. Somewhere up by Atari might be kind of good. Of course, this one's quite a ways from Atari. 1, 2, 3, 4, several jumps, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult to say exactly how things are going to pan out. Like I say, this is all very alpha, and I don't think all the details are known yet. But this is what I've been able to glean. This is sort of the data that I've been able to collect from other sources. And hey, that's why I'm putting this video together, because in case you're looking to buy land, it's location, location, location. You're going to want to be looking for a good location. All right, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Check the link in the description to to join our Discord channel, where we're going to be chatting more about crypto games, NFTs, that sort of thing. All right, see you guys in the next video.